Same as with the players. Really, do you want to go first? First break.
Hello.
At training we saw Alexander Isak doing an individual session, but we didn't see Joe Gomez today. So can you bring us up to date with Isak and how far away he is and what's the situation regarding Joe? Will he be available tomorrow?
No, Alex is not available for tomorrow, and Joe, we will decide that tomorrow. So he wasn't ready to train today. He had too much issues after our last game. Although he had these issues already after the Galatasaray game, wasn't planned to play against Tottenham, but unfortunately Ibu got discomfort in his hamstring, so we couldn't take the risk of playing him. That's why Joe had to play, and that has built up so much that now he's a bit of a doubt for tomorrow. But he's going to try tomorrow to see if he's available. Alex is, like I said, not available for tomorrow, but the fact that you see him on the pitch tells you that he gets closer and closer to joining us again.
Have you got any kind of time frame on Alex yet?
No, not really, but he will not be available for Saturday as well. So as long as you don't train with the team yet, you are not ready to play. And as we all know, if you've done for months on the individual session, it's also quite a step up to train with the team. And when you train with the team, it's quite a step up to play at Premier League intensity or Champions League intensity.
In terms of the game itself, can you put into context how big a point in the season it is? Obviously, we know Liverpool have overcome bigger deficits in the past, but how do you sort of challenge that you've got to overturn this one-goal deficit, particularly with the scrutiny that there's been once again after Sunday?
Yeah. Now, what of course makes it difficult is we've played them already twice and we lost twice against them. The good thing is that now for the first time we play at home. And we have the support of our fans, which will be supportive again tomorrow night, because that's what they've always been and will always be for this club. And what I liked after we conceded the 1-1, I think the players showed immediately the commitment they have. They sprinted back in a counter moment with 7 or 8 players to make sure we didn't concede a 2-1, and a moment later they sprinted forward with 5, 6 or 7 to have a 5v2 or a 4v2 on the other end. So that tells you that they are willing to fight, as they've done this whole season and as long as I'm here. I think there haven't been many games where we've been outworked. A few, but not many. There haven't been many games that we haven't created more chances than the other team have created. A few, but even less than being outworked. So our players will show that mentality again that they showed after the 1-1, and I'm 100% sure that our fans will be like they always are, especially on European nights like tomorrow.
At the same time, when it comes to the fans, obviously there was a reaction on Sunday. I just wonder what concerns that you may have that, looking even longer term, the fans are beginning to get restless and what impact that can have.
Yeah, no, it's never nice that they are frustrated, because usually fans are not frustrated after you win. So first of all, you're frustrated yourself and disappointed about the fact that we haven't won. Second of all, people have told me when I came here that if I think you mean it was also towards me, I don't know if you mean that, but when I came here, people have said to me, this club is different than other clubs. They will support the manager for such a long time. So the moment, if it's true what you're saying, I don't feel this at all, but you are supposing something, then I must have done a lot of things wrong, and that's never a nice feeling to have, because being at a club that's always so supportive for the manager in good and bad times, then if they are not happy with me, then apparently I've done so many things wrong, and that's never a nice feeling to have. But I also know how the football industry works. Winning can change a lot, and that's what we are trying to achieve tomorrow night. And we're completely ready for that, I can tell you that.
To clarify, I don't feel it's just directed at you solely, but obviously if you look at performances and react to that. At the same time though, Arne, I mean, do you feel that you've maybe done something wrong yourself that has impacted things this season?
Yeah. No, I did something wrong in the season that we won the league, and I definitely did maybe make a few decisions that were not perfect in hindsight. But all the decisions I've made, I've always made for the same reason, for us trying to win the game. And all the decisions I've made, as any manager everywhere around the world tries, to put his team into a situation that they create more chances than the other team creates, and that you outwork the opponent. And as I said, I think I can say that at this club, but also at all the clubs I've worked, 80 or 90% of the games I've managed, my teams have outworked the other team. and my teams have created more chances than the other team. That the outcome then not always is does justice to what I just said. That's the beauty of football and being in a low-scoring sport. That a deflected shot can be a way of conceding a goal as well.
Ja, wacht. Ja, anders.
Oh.
Ondan sonra hocam, biraz önce söylüyordu, 2 maç yaptınız, ikisi de deplasmanda kaybettiniz. Bu mağlubiyetler sadece deplasmanda oynamanızla mı alakalı yoksa Galatasaray takımında gördüğünüz sizi şaşırtan bir şey var mıydı? Yarın bunlara nasıl önlemler alacağız?
Now that's something we have to show tomorrow if there's any impact between playing at home or away. This season and history has shown that we are even stronger at home than we are away. But we completely deserve to be in this round of 16 for all the things we've done well in the Champions League. We've beaten Real Madrid here. We've beaten Atletico Madrid here. We've beaten Inter Milan, Olympique Marseille. So we can look at the goal we conceded against Tottenham and say, "Oh, everything is going against us." Or we say we deserve to be here, and we are having a chance to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Champions League against a very good team we are facing. That not only beat us twice because they played at home, also because they have a good team. But both games were really tight. Details decided that game, and we are going to work extremely hard, combined with our fans, to make sure that these details are now in our favor, and not as the last time showed in the favor of the home team Galatasaray.
One more front seat.
Hi Arne. I think the song "You Will Never Walk Alone" can describe the whole season of Liverpool, ups and downs, but still standing and going forward. What does this song mean to you personally?
Nah, it's a beautiful song that we always hear in front of the game, and that immediately gives us the right vibe. I'm not so much into exact the words that this at this moment means something for me or for our players. My complete focus is on preparing them as best as I can again for the game tomorrow, making sure we again give ourselves a big chance of winning the game by creating more than the other team, by working incredibly hard tomorrow to get the result we need. And if you want to look at it, we always feel we have the support of the fans. So that indeed means that we never feel that we walk alone, and we will not feel that tomorrow as well. And sometimes as a manager you feel this after you've lost and you walk in. You do sometimes feel a bit alone, but players in the training, staff members and supporters and family members are then always there to support you the first minutes after a game. And I've never felt alone over here, not 1 minute since I'm here.
Vanaf de wissel. Van wissel.
Sorry? Yeah.
Yarınki maç için üzerinizde bir baskı hissediyor musunuz? Ve Arne Slot'un eğer Galatasaray galibiyetinde tahtı sallanır mı? Böyle bir şey düşünüyor musunuz?
Of course, I feel pressure. We all feel pressure because we are in an industry where every single day you're in this industry, there's pressure. So, and we're working at a beautiful club with a great history, and we feel this, and we can achieve the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So, that comes with pressure, but it's also nice to have that pressure because we could have also been out or playing at a lower level or not even be in. So we embrace this pressure, and we're looking forward to playing Galatasaray tomorrow.
Next one.
Bu sezon Şampiyonlar Ligi'nde
You are right. We haven't scored against them. Yeah, we did, but that was disallowed by VAR. We thought we had a penalty that was disallowed by VAR. We had our chances, as so many times this season, we weren't able to convert them. But that is not only because of us; it's also because of Galatasaray, because they are able. They throw themselves in front of every ball. They have a great fighting spirit in the team, which you usually see with teams that are top of the league and doing very good in Europe. So there's a great energy in their team. That combined with the support of the fans they had led to the fact that they could keep twice a clean sheet because they have a great mentality, because they have good players, good defenders as well. They miss out one with Sanchez, but this weekend they played with someone else centrally. Sanchez played as well, but someone else, and they kept a clean sheet as well. So the good thing about Galatasaray and about us is we don't rely on 11 players. You have more than 11 good players available. That's what they have. That's what we have. And yeah, we need to score a goal. That's what we know. And that's not easy. That's also what we know after facing them twice. But we will fight for it and we will go for it to score a goal tomorrow. And hopefully more than one.
Mike in front.
You mentioned giving penalties, that doesn't not. Is he okay now? Is he back 100%?
Yeah, he is at this moment of time. As you saw, no, you didn't see because you were only there for 10 minutes, but the day after the game is recovery. The day of today, if you play so many games, only 2 days rest in between, you cannot do a lot, but he's declared completely fit. He doesn't feel the discomfort anymore. So yeah, then he's ready to start and hopefully to fulfill 90 minutes, or if needed, even longer. But yeah, that's what we have to find out tomorrow.
Hi, Arne. In a lot of your answers tonight, you referenced working hard, and you said how rare it is that a team of yours is outworked. Does that suggest that after the Spurs game, there's not only the Spurs run further than Liverpool in that game, but the gap between the two teams was bigger than in any of the other Premier League games this weekend? Obviously,
The gap in what?
so between how much Spurs ran and how much your team
Okay.
ran, that gap was bigger than in any of the other games. Obviously, having possession is going to have an influence on that, but is that concern of you that there's such a big gap, and do you think maybe it played a part in the concession of a late goal?
No, it tells you, I think, also a lot about how much ball possession we had and that the other team had to run then a lot. As I said, it's either we outwork the other team or we have much more chances than the other team. Doesn't concern me at all because in the last minutes I saw our players sprinting back to prevent the other team from scoring. So yeah, you have to defend in the moment that is needed. And it's a bit stupid to sprint back to your own 18-yard box if the ball is in their 18-yard box. So and in the first half, despite what everyone is probably telling you, or me or other people, in the first half we were pressing very, very, very good because we won the ball back a lot of times high in their half. We generated chances from that. Of course, didn't score, but we did. So when we need to work hard, when we need to run, we run. And of course, I do this with my players as well, by the way. But if I pick 5, 6, 7, or 8 games, and I can always find 1 or 2 moments to show that one player or another player had to run or was able to run harder. But in general, we are sprinting back when it's needed. In most situations, all of them. In some situations, most of them. But because we have the ball so much, because we control many times the counter-attack so well, we don't have to sprint back that regularly. But yeah, as I said, this game is then maybe an exception, and I said 80 to 90% of our games. Now, check if I'm right. And there's a difference between total distance or sprint distance, so that needs to be taken into account as well. But in general, our players work very hard to get a result, and that's what they will do tomorrow again as well.
Carl?
Just sort of following on from that, last night Jamie Carragher did an analysis piece from the Spurs game, in which one of the things he suggested that it was a team of individuals and not a team that's quite contributing to some of the issues you have being played through this season. Just with what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, then I should have seen it, and I haven't. So I should have seen why he said it. Did he add examples of that as well? I agree with a lot of things Jamie has said throughout this whole season. This particular one, I disagree with him. I don't see this, as I said, after we conceded the 1-1. After so many disappointments we had this season, it would not have been completely strange or weird if the players would have given up. But they didn't, because I can show you, and you can find it yourself as well, that they had a counter-attack where 7 or 8 of our players were back in our 18-yard box, which led to their corner, because we blocked that shot, which that corner led to a transition moment all the way to the other side where Hugo Ekitike had his big chance. A team that has given up, a team of individuals, a team that doesn't work together, doesn't show that resilience after our 120th setback this season. That's a bit exaggerated, but we've had many. And I don't know why he said it, what he meant with it, what examples he used for it to say this. Again, he said a lot of things throughout this season that I agree with him, because I see similar things. I cannot always say them, but I've seen similar things, so it's helpful for me now to say, because I don't have to go in detail which are the ones I'm agreeing with. But this one, I disagree with him.
I think you were suggesting that because they were players individuals, they were knitting the team together as you probably wanted them to do in sports type of France.
Oh, that we are still not the unit and the force that I would want us to be. Then again, we are agreeing, but that also comes with not playing so many times together. But then again, I need to go into details, which I prefer not to do. But it's not like we are 11 individuals. If he meant that, I completely disagree. If he means that we are not perfectly playing together in ball possession and off the ball, then he's right. But that has nothing to do with an individual mentality, but that's more to do with that the connections aren't as strong yet as a team that's already playing longer together in the same lineup. So not always Dominic Szoboszlai right fullback, 8, 10, right winger, and all these things that we have to adjust to every single time. Then I see the same, but I see a team that is fighting together. That's my opinion.
First, last one.
How would you rank this game in terms of its importance for the season?
As the most important one, because it's the next one. But that's a bit too simple. It's always the next one that's the most important. So after the Galatasaray, another big game is coming up, again with 2 days rest, by the way, against Brighton. But yeah, we feel the importance of this game because we're able to reach the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and that would be something special for me because it would be my first. And it would be special for all of us because we can never take a quarterfinal in the Champions League for granted. No matter how much this club has performed in the past, we will always be happy of reaching that if we are able to beat Galatasaray tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you.